Hey guys, I'm Tharun here. I'm back again with another cool tutorial. We're gonna continue our HTML series now, and there are about I think 5 to 6 videos left out, and you would be good to go with HTML. Then you would be ready to jump right into CSS. So let's start with the tutorial. So in the previous tutorial, we created this navbar. Let's start our live server. So we created this navbar, let's see how it looked, and then we could decide whether we'll proceed with the next topic. Okay, the file we were working on was HTML8. So yeah, this is the navbar. This is the basic idea. Let's just at least change the color of this, maybe to red, I think, on hover. Let's change the color to red. Save it. I think, yep. Okay, it looks pretty dope now. This is good actually. Like there are a lot of things which you could do, which we would do in the CSS part. Okay, I'll show you great things when we start the CSS tutorials. But for HTML thing and for basic understanding, I think this will do because it already looks cool. Yeah, pretty dope. So we could just move on with the next topics, which I would like to teach you. So the next one is the difference between block element and inline element. So we were dealing with div, right? So until here, that was a block element, okay, block level element. So it would be applied for a block, and there will be new line applied to the block element, and they're like a separate entity until and unless you mention the display inline block for them, which I'll be showing you very soon. Okay, don't worry, but just keep in mind that div is a block level element. Okay, so that's div. Done. So another type is the inline element. So the inline element is like it could be applied within a paragraph or within a heading. Okay, and one type of inline element is span, S-P-A-N. So let's see that in action. So first let's give a heading, KH1, and let's tell welcome to this website, and H1, save it. Okay, it is welcome to this website. But what if we wanted this website to have a separate styling? Say a separate height or a different color or a different background color. We could actually do that. That is through the inline. Inline itself tells it is inline within the line. Okay, so span, just put it within span. Okay, and now you could use the style attribute to start styling there itself, or give it an ID or a class and style it separately, which we are going to do now. So ID equals to span1. You could call it anything, remember. So we go down and we gave it an ID span1. So let's start styling it. Let's increase font size maybe. Let's look how it looks. Let's give it 28 pixels. I don't know how it's gonna look. Oh, that's small. So let's increase it to 38. Cool. Okay, that looks cool. And let's change the color of it. Color AQUA. Sorry for that. It doesn't look good, but I think you get the idea. So this is the idea using the span element. Okay, using the span, it is the for the inline element, and there is another div which is a block element. Okay, so that's it for block and inline element. Now the next topic we're going to talk about are iframes. So now we'll see about iframes. Okay, so what are iframes? iframes are the frame, okay, which will hold another HTML page but show it on the same HTML page. Okay, for example, let me show you. It starts with iframe tag, okay, and src will be the source. Let's tell html7.html, since we already have it in our file. So close it and come down and iframe, okay, save. So you see, the HTML7 was the file which we created to illustrate the frames. Sorry, not frames. It was a list. Okay, so that is getting displayed here. So in the iframe, you could also style the iframe in the same way we style others. Okay, you could set the width to 100%, maybe. Save it, and you could specify the height as around, say, 500 or 600 pixels would be good, I guess. 600 pixels, good. So we have this website within which we have another frame. Okay, I hope you get it. Like if we reduce it to 50% and say margin auto, or maybe I just float it to right, float right, save it, and I open it full screen. Now we get it, right? Our content of the website goes here, but we have this frame which contains another HTML page within it. So this is the idea of iframes. Okay, so there are other things which you could do with iframes. So let's look at it. Let's escape it to the side, and now. Okay, so that is with iframes. So next up, I want to show you about the file paths. So file paths are pretty much used throughout the HTML. Okay, so file paths, for example, to import CSS files, we use a file path. To link pages, we use file path. To link or import JavaScript, we use file path. To include images, also we use file path. So file paths are almost used everywhere, right? Throughout a document, the href, URL, those things. So I'm going to show you like how you could choose the correct file path, because a wrong file path will not fit you the file, right? So now let's start with it. I have images stored there in the directory we're working. Okay, when we open, okay, I've created a new folder called images, and when I open it, I have these 4 images stored here. That is within images, and one more image I have here, which is as in the same folder as we have. Okay, that is an image. If you want me to show in this one, I could show you. So this is the directory which we are working in currently, and once I open it, there is this one image called image.jpg, and then within the images folder we have these 4 images. So I would like to show you using those. So now if we could create a new HTML file for this part. Okay, let's name it html9.html. Okay, paste this and delete this. Save. So we have to go to html9, right? Cool. So we have the page. So now, okay, html9 we are in. So now we are going to experiment with images. So if you remember how we could use the image, we have to use the img, src, and alt. Okay, img tag and src equals the image.jpg, and alt, which is the alternative text if the image is not found. Okay, it will tell image not found. Okay, and now save this. We'll get a huge image. Sorry for that. Let's style it style until width of around, say, 450 pixels. Save. So we get this beautiful image. And now I've just mentioned the image name without any folder name. So that means the image must be present in the same folder as the HTML files you're working with. Okay, so the image is present here. That is one thing. And another way to do this thing is img src equals to, and you put an online URL to the image. Okay, for example, from some websites you can claim the URL of the image by right clicking and copy this URL and just paste it here. It will fetch the image from there. That is one method. So that type of URL fetching is known as absolute path. Okay, that is known as absolute path. This one is known as relative path because it's relative to the HTML file we're working with. So that is with the absolute path. And in relative path, if the image is in a folder, say like we have here, we have this images folder within which we have the images. So at that time we will use the images slash image1.jpeg, okay, and give an alternate tag image. Okay, save it. It's not present. See, it's showing that the image is not present. Why? Let's figure it out. So we have the folder images within which we have image2.jpg, but we do not have image1.jpg. Since we do not have the image1.jpg in the images folder, it gives us the alternate text which we have provided here called image. Now once we make this 2, and I would quickly want to style it to the width. Okay, make use of your laziness always. Save, and boom, we get the image. Awesome one. So that is one way of getting the image. And another thing is, if the image is in a folder, in a root folder of the working directory, then you will have to use imgsrc equals to slash images slash image2.jpg. Okay, that is one thing. In this case, the root directory is the same directory itself. So once I hit save, it's going to load the image itself. So one more thing is, if the image is present one level above the current working directory, that is in the previous folder, then you could use src equals to dot and /. This means go one level up, that is go to the previous folder, and then you give the image name dot extension something. Okay, that is this for the markup, because we don't have an image currently there, so it will show image not found. Save it. Image not found. Cool. So that is all with the images. Okay, the relative file path. That's all. So that is all with this thing. Hope you understood. If you didn't understand, please leave a comment down so that I could address your doubts. Otherwise, we're good to go. See you in the next tutorial. Goodbye.